everybody at YouTube, it's me, Miss Cris, or Crochet with Cris, depending on where you're watching this video from. I'm here today with my Fresh Off the Hook Monday. First, the housekeeping. There's a lot of links that I'll be talking about during the video that are going to be down in the doobly-doo, and also if you click Show More, it will show you a whole list of all the Fresh Off the Hook family members. So be sure you check them out. There's a couple new people that have been added, so make sure that you have checked them out, subscribed to them, and all that stuff. Don't forget to like this video if you do. If you don't, that's fine. You can. I don't care. Okay, I do care. I want you to like the video. So if you don't, tell me why in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, links up there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have done a lot of crochet, but there's not a lot of my crochet that I can show you, and it's not because it's a gift. But let's go ahead and go straight into this. So the first thing I want to show to you today is a scarf. I made this scarf. It is out of the Sensations, which is a Joanne Fabrics brand yarn. Sensations Angel Hair yarn. If you look, you can see the slight halo. I know this isn't my high-def camera, so you may not be able to see it, but it's got a little, there's some fuzz right there. It's very fuzzy. It's like a black and gray, just kind of marbled together. It's really soft. It's about 5 foot long, about 5.5 inches wide, so very standard. This was an order that I picked up before Christmas, but she said, don't worry about it, get all the Christmas stuff. I know she knew that I had a craft show, so she's like, just take care of that stuff first. So first finished order of this year is her scarf. So hopefully she will like it. I'm going to deliver it to her tomorrow. So I like it. I think it's really soft. I had made one before this. If you remember the big story about the scarf that I picked, it was the Angel Hair brand, but it was in like a brown and tan and gray kind of color that I bought for the man, and then the man ended up thinking the color wasn't manly. I knitted that one, and that's the one she saw that she really liked, but I crocheted this one. So we'll see how that goes. That one doesn't have as much give as the other one, but it's fine. Alright, the next thing that I can show you is squares. I am making squares for a SIBOL blanket. For those of you who don't know SIBOL, of course I'm going to put a link down in the doobly-doo to SIBOL. It's Sunshine International Blankets of Love, SIBOL. There's a challenge to send 25 squares or to make a blanket out of 25 6-inch by 6-inch squares. So I'm doing that as part of my Crochet Concupiscence 12 for 12 in 2012, which I'll put a link to that down in the doobly-doo. It's a blog challenge, which I'll put a link to my blog down in the doobly-doo. I have links to everything. So these are, I finished two down, 23 more to go. And I thought, I started out with this green. I'm like, usually their blankets are really bright colored. So I am going to make 25. They're all going to be the same square. I want them to know that I love them. So there's going to be little hearts all over. I can find a link to this pattern. This pattern is called, it's on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. The Cabled Heart Square. I'm only making one modification to the pattern, and that is whenever you come down and you do your cable in front, and then when you're making your row back, it tells you just to single crochet in every stitch across. Well, instead of single crocheting in the front post treble that I'm doing, I'm single crocheting in the skipped stitch of the single crochet in the row 2 below, if that makes any sense to you. But I like that it doesn't, on the ones that you don't, if you just go into each stitch, there leaves like 2 tiny little folds at the top of the heart, and it drove me insane, so fixed it. But that's the pattern. I'll put a link to that down too. Then the third item that I can't show you because it's kind of mature in nature are crocheted boobs. If you are offended or think it's too mature or you're too young or you don't want to hear the word boob, just stop the video now and go check somebody out for Fresh Off the Hook Monday. But what it is I created a pattern, and it's on my blog. I'll just go to my blog and search for boob. You'll find it. It's the only pattern I'm pretty sure that I've ever mentioned the word boob in. But it's for a crochet boob, and it's for the project called Knitted Knockers. Again, this is for my 12 for 12 in 2012 from Catherine over at Crochet Concupiscence. But it's a great charitable project. I'm going to try to look locally because we do have a cancer center and we do have a women's health center, both of them heavily with cancer patients. So it's for women who've lost their breasts surgically to cancer, and silicone implants are really expensive. Sometimes, most of the time insurance covers it, but they have a time stipulation, like you can only have one every 2 to 3 years. So if it gets damaged, then you're out an implant, or out of prosthesis, not an implant. But it's supposed to be lighter. It's obviously cheaper. It can be made. It doesn't cause heat rash. It doesn't rub. It's not hot. It's not heavy. It's just a good alternative to stuff it straight in your bra, and you can have one for every day of the week if you want. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go locally and see if they are interested in my crochet boobs, and then if they don't think they have, I don't know why they would, but if they don't feel that they can serve a purpose for them, then I'm going to go ahead and just send them to Knitted Knockers, and I'm going to just keep creating. So I'm making boobs. I made 4 this week. It takes about 2 hours for the largest size that I wrote the pattern for, about 1 hour and 15 for the smallest. So if you're interested, you can go to my blog, and on the pattern for the faux boob, F-A-U-X-B-O-O-B, for the faux boob, there is a link, one to the Knitted Knockers project, which also has a link to 2 knitted breasts and another crochet one. I was working with that crochet one, and it just didn't click with me, so that's why I decided just to go write my own pattern. So that's what I did. So, yeah, that's my Fresh Off the Hook, Monday, January 9th. Hopefully you enjoyed it okay, heard it okay, you could see me okay. I really need to get used to using my high-def camera out here, but I need to go get it and plug it in, and well, I like to just grab and go. So this week I plan on making some more squares for the SIBOL blanket, probably goof off with a couple more hats and scarves, work on my daughter's poncho and the pattern, which will be posted on my blog for free when I am done. And then I have this little gem. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I know those of you who know, those of you who crochet know this is the basket weave stitch, but it's still on the hook, so we can't talk about that. We'll just put it over there. With that said, have a great night, everybody. Don't forget to check out the other Fresh Off the Hook folks.